What up, y'all? This is your boy Red Ghost, bringing to you guys my updated version of my stamina sword build. I call this one the Landlord 2.0. It's a few changes I made from my previous build. Some things are the same. So I'm gonna go over a lot of the changes, what I'm doing different sets, armor-wise and skills. But without further ado, let's dive in. I'm gonna buff up real quick so you guys can just check out my resistances and damage, weapon damage real quick. But that's my front bar as far as my resistances and weapon damage. This is my back bar. This build is mainly a recovery build. I based everything around recovery. I tried not to neglect my damage, my max stats, and my spell resistance. Things are kind of low, but the build kind of plays out well as far as all the recoveries that I have. So I put on 64 points in the stamina. When Sorcerer, so battle spirit is active. My health is increased by 5k. I'm a werewolf. It's optional. It won't make or break the build. I'm also using a Tri-Stat recovery drink, and I'm using the Warrior Mundus. This build is, I would say, one for somebody that's real familiar with the stamina sword, and one that likes to do kiting and thinning out your opponents and taking them out, one at a time, or a small group play. It's real effective. Let's go over my skills. Try to make this fast. Front bar, I'm using Hurricane, Stampede, Reverse Slice, Dizzy Swing, Rally, and my ulti is Dawn Breakup Smiting. And on my back bar, I'm using Dark Deal, Streak, Blood Craze, Quick Cloak, Vigor, and Summon Charge Atronaut. I use Atronaut for the passive, which is under the Daedric Summoning skill line, and that passive is Daedric Protection. It increases your health and stamina recovery by 20% while you have a Daedric Summoning ability slotted. That just adds on to my recoveries. I've been testing out actually using the ulti, like in a small group play. It plays out pretty good. I'll drop it down in the middle of my opponents. I'll let my ally know, that way he can synergize with it. And before he drops his ultimate, he's buffed by 25% more damage, because you get Major Berserk when you synergize with it. And also, all his damage is 25% more. So you got 8 seconds to do a lot more damage. So it's been working out, man. We took out some groups bigger than us with no problem. So also, the changes that I made with this build, I'm no longer using a bow on the back bar. I'm using dual wield 1H axes. And there's 2 skills that I'm using that's different. Blood Craze is one. It does a nice amount of little physical damage with each weapon, and it also puts a bleed dot on the enemy for 9 seconds. It just adds on to the pressure that I try to apply to him. I try to hit him with this. This is like my initiation to combat with any of my opponents or whatever. You also get a heal for like almost 1k health every 2 seconds, so it's pretty good. It's my pressure. It's where I apply my pressure with this. All right, the other skill I'm using is Quick Cloak, and with the bow, I could roll dodge and get major expedition for a few seconds. Now I just hit turbo button. I hit my quick cloak, and it gives me major expedition, for 5 seconds upon activation. Now it also shields me from shrapnel, reducing damage that I take from AoEs by 25%, and it also the razors that it procs around you deals 15, 18 physical damage to all enemies around you every 3 seconds for 15. So that just adds on to the damage that Hurricane puts out. It's pretty nice. But I mainly use it just to get away from a Zerg kite and stretch them out and try to kill them one at a time. But those are the new skills that I'm using with this build. Let's go over my inventory so you guys can see what sets I'm using. I'm still using Asylum's model, so that hasn't changed. I'm running double dot poisons on it, and Asylum's model is contributing to my ultimate regen, so hence the recovery. What I'm doing as far as with this build, so it's pretty good. My back bar, I'm using 1H axis. I'm running dual wheel, and the set that I'm using is Willow's Path. And if you're not familiar with Willow's Path, 2 item bonus adds 129 magic recovery, 3 items add 129 stam recovery, 4 items add 129 health recovery, and the 5th item bonus increases your health, magic, and stam recovery by 15%. And that just increases my recovery, just like I planned as far as with this build. I'm using Defiling Poisons also, and that reduces my target's health, healing receive, and health recovery by 15% for 5.5 seconds. That's for like my Templars that I fight, or anybody that has good recovery or good healing. It helps me out. But Willow's Path is a pretty good set. It's a non-meta set, man. I'm also running Troll King, and I'm running a 2-piece Troll King. Troll King, if you're not familiar with it, increases healing done by 2%. The first item, with 1 item equipped, 2 items equipped. When you heal a friendly target, if they're still below 50% health, the health recovery is increased by 15-12 for 10 seconds, and that just adds to my health recovery. So it just makes me even more tankier. I'm also before we go any further with the armor. I'm rocking 5-1-1, which is 5 medium, 1 heavy, 1 light, to take advantage of the Undaunted passives, which increases my max stats by 6%. So that's pretty good if you can rock 5-1-1. I made my chest heavy just to take advantage of the most resistance that you can get from that armor piece. I have tri-stack glyphs on everything except for my shoulder. I need to make one for my shoulder, but I plan on having tri-stack on glyphs on everything. I'm also using 5 impen and 2 well fitted. That's like a good combination for me and for this build. But you can make it 4-3, whatever's clever for you. My waist is Willow's Path, and it's light. It's the smallest piece armor that you have on your soldier, so you want to just make it light, and just to fully optimize, the whole build. The hands, I'm using Bone Pirates. That's the next set that I'm using, and if you're not familiar with Bone Pirates, it adds 1058 max stam with 2 items equipped, 3 items add 124 stam recovery, 4 items add 1058 max stam, and a 5th item equipped will give you a bonus while you have a drink buff active. Your max stamina is increased by 1930, and stam recovery is increased by 145, and that just plays into my recovery. And the drink that I'm using is a tri recovery drink, and that's pretty good. I'm gonna go over that before we go any further. The legs, Willow's Path, excuse me, Willow's Path for the legs, and feet is Bone Pirates. And I'm also using Bone Pirate Jury. Bone Pirate is active all the time on this build. Willow's Path is just active on the back bar with the 5th piece bonus. I have 2 weapon damage enchantments on the jury and 1 stand recovery, and all of it's robust. I plan on golding out everything when I can. I might keep things the same Somerset. I don't know. It just depends. I'm gonna play around still. Let me show you guys as far as the drink that I'm running. Pretty nice drink. Tastes good. This drink increases health recovery by 446 and mag and stand recovery by 410 for 2 hours. And that just boosts my recoveries up. Just like how I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to accomplish with this build. You know, the massive recovery without neglecting other aspects. Let's go over my CP. I don't think things have changed too drastically, but I'm gonna go over them anyway. 51 in the Warlord, 14 Sprinter, 43 Mooncalf, 43 Arcanist, 37 Healthy. This passive helps out too with my recovery build, the whole theory. It increases movement speed and mount speed by 2%. Also increases health and mag recovery by 10% while sprinting. I am an orc. I'm pretty quick on the battlefield, and it just helps me out when I kite. It helps me get my resources back. So it's pretty good passive to unlock in your CP tree. I got an extra point that I just put in Befoul, and I have 51 in Tumbling. The blue tree, 32 Blessed, 56 Master at Arms, 44 Thermitage, 33 Piercing, 75 Mighty, 51 Ironclad in the red tree, 10 Medium Armor Focus, 30 Resistant, 37 Hardy, 37 LE Defender, 48 Thick Skin, and I have 27 in Quick Recovery, and that pretty much completes everything as far as with this build. If you guys have any questions on or you know want me to go in depth on some of the things that I'm doing, or just got some questions period, just leave me a comment below, and I'll try to answer to help with anything or what have you. Just leave me a comment. There should be some gameplay footage following this. It's not that much. I do have some videos, earlier videos that I have downloaded that shows gameplay with this tune. So you guys enjoy. Y'all have a nice day, a nice night, and hopefully I hear from you guys. Peace.
I'm sorry if I seem uninterested, or I'm not listening, or I'm indifferent. Truly, I ain't got no business here, but since my friends are here, I just came to kick it. But really, I would rather be at home all by myself, not in this room with people who don't even care about my well-being. I don't dance, don't ask, I don't need a boyfriend, so you can't go back. Please enjoy your party, I'll be here somewhere in the corner, under clouds of marijuana, with this boy who's hollering I can hardly hear. Oh, with this music I don't listen to, and I don't wanna get with you, so tell my friends that I'll be over here. Oh, here, oh, here, oh, I ask myself, what am I doing here? Oh, here, oh, here, oh, God. So we can break apart to hear me if I seem a little unimpressed with this. An antisocial pessimist, but usually I don't mess with this. And I know you mean only the best, and your intentions aren't to bother me, but honestly I'd rather be somewhere with my people. We can kick it and just listen to some music with a message, and we'll discuss our big dreams, how we plan to take over the planet. So pardon my manners, I hope you'll understand that I'll be here, not there in the kitchen with the girl who's always gossiping about her friends. Oh, tell them I'll be here, right next to the boy who's throwing up cause he can't take what's in his cup no more. Oh God, why am I here? Oh, here, oh, here, oh,
with